No, what he did, he printed off all my like history.
He
Oh.
printed it?
He printed it and laid it in front of me.
Oh,
I know.
he is a wanker.
Thank you. And a stalker.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of The Squeeze.
The Squeeze.
The Squeeze.
You're right.
Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope your week has been...
Hey, let's keep it PG, okay?
Oh,
For
well.
mental health.
Hope your week has been good so far. Hoping that this episode can spark some joy in your life.
I mean, yeah. I will definitely spark some joy because Emily is delightful.
Yes, on this episode, we have Miss Emily Miller on from the infamous Too Hot to Handle
Oh my gosh.
Netflix series. That might be my favorite reality show.
We are suckers for Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah, we truly are. So I was very excited to have Emily on. Cam was supposed to come, but he had to head back home because I live in London.
Which is incredible. I just have to say this, that one, if you even find somebody from a show like that, a reality dating show, that you leave with, it's like, wow, that's great. Incredible. Then, 3 months after the show, if you're still going, it's like, holy crap, you're like one of the rare ones.
Yeah.
Let's go to a year after the show. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just shattering records. They are over 2 years,
Mhm.
2.5
Yeah.
years into their relationship since filming the show.
Yeah.
Which is just insane. I don't believe, in the best way possible, I don't believe anybody else from Too Hot to Handle is
No.
still together.
No, I think they're the only
I
ones.
believe they are.
Well, I think Kayla and Seb maybe are still together.
Okay.
I'm not
But
sure.
that's been like
They were
less
the
than a
most
year.
recent one.
Okay.
So I am very excited about this episode because it is not what you think it's going to be about. It's not just some reality TV star coming on here sharing whatever the heck about their reality TV experience. It's actually a lot more personal, and there's a lot of depth to this episode, which is really awesome.
Yeah. We were super honored because we got a call from Emily's team saying that she would love to come on the show. She watches the show. She's a fan of it. And she wants to discuss something that she hasn't publicly before. She's posted about it on Instagram, but that is all. She has never talked about it. And for whatever reason, she felt comfortable enough to come on the Squeeze and discuss it with us for the first time. And it was a tough conversation.
I cried.
Yeah.
She cried.
It got very emotional, and I didn't like seeing her like that, but I'm glad that she is talking about it.
Yeah.
And she's doing great. But the first time you ever out loud, speak about something that traumatic, it's going to be emotional, and it was. But we were so thankful to have her on and talk about that. So I look forward to each and every one of you hearing Emily talk about it.
We do have a trigger warning of pregnancy loss for this episode. So if you're at a place in life where this episode is not for you, you're not ready for it, just go ahead and pass along. Join us next Wednesday. But those of you that are ready to listen to it, I think it is going to be a very good episode. I have chills right now thinking about it because with everything Emily has gone through, she is such a light, and she is so just positive and so just like encouraging, like that she can have that kind of attitude. And have almost even lost her own life, So
Yeah, I truly want Emily's outlook on life. I strive to look at everything the way that she does, in the positive spin that she puts on absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Finding the positive in the worst of times.
Yeah.
And I really want to incorporate more of that into my life. And I learned a lot from her. So yeah, I mean, me, myself, and I just very, very thankful for our time with her.
Yeah. Yeah. We love Emily. And I think after this episode, if you guys don't know her yet, you will love her as well. So let's get to it.
All right, let's dive in. Emily, thank you for being with us. We're
Thank you for
very
having me.
excited to have you. We are both
Yes.
huge fans of the show and fans of yourself and Cam.
you.
So yeah, I'm giddy right now, to be honest.
The feeling's mutual, trust me.
Oh my gosh. I love it. So we start each episode off with this little jar, a little thing called Citrus Got Real. If you want to pull a little piece of paper out of there.
I'd be honoured.
Very.
Oh, let me should I have to detach? I didn't delve very deep, but I feel like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't delve very deep. But I feel like YOLO.
Let's see.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the strangest thing in your refrigerator?
Oh.
That's a good question.
See, that's a tough one because I haven't been home for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
and we've been living out of a hotel. And we don't have a fridge, do we? We do? Is it the leftover Chinese? Yeah. There we go. It's about 3-day-old Chinese sitting in the fridge right now.
Great.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
does sound good.
And I have no shame.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of time that we keep leftovers in the fridge, we know we're not even going to eat it. And we just put in the fridge. We're like, we'll eat it later. And a week goes by and we're like,
Exactly.
it's just still
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
in there.
I can't not, but it never gets eaten.
I know. The intention's there, but then
Yeah.
actually it's like,
Yeah. It's the thought that counts.
exactly. Yeah.
Honestly, it just adds more dishes.
Yeah.
'Cause then
Well, you
put
don't
it-
do those, so it's okay.
Okay. I do my own things, and you're right. The actual dish. Okay. No, if we're going to go there,
Oh, we're going there.
it's her choice. She doesn't want to use a dishwasher. That would make life a whole lot simpler.
Wait, do you have a dishwasher?
Yeah, we
Okay.
got 2. And she doesn't want to use any because she needs to hand wash every single thing.
I grew up without a dishwasher. And so my mom always hand washed everything. So, I mean, I didn't have a dishwasher until junior high school when we moved. So, and my mom still doesn't use it. So, like, I've never used it. So it's just like,
That's so crazy to me.
I mean, don't give me grief. I don't feel bad for
do
you.
you just feel like it's not clean if it goes through a dishwasher?
yeah. Or if I put it in the dishwasher, then I trust it. But
Yeah.
I'm basically
You
washing
you
it.
wash
prior.
it first,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
yeah. I mean,
You
I'm a
do
big
that.
pre-rinser. I love to pre-rinse things, but then put it in dishwasher and let that
Yeah.
do the hard work.
Yeah.
I don't like making more work for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I need
It's a
to.
lot.
I need to let that one go.
And she'll let it like build up. She doesn't do like little bits here. and
No.
there. Sometimes, but
Yeah.
you do like to let it build up where there's like a sink full, and then she'll just go into like her mode.
Yeah,
And put on
put some
her, like,
headphones.
yeah,
Yeah,
and lit the gloves.
some
Scrub
rock
those dishes.
music. Like,
and for an hour, just go ham on the dishes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Back to our point. What's in our fridge?
strangest thing.
Oh,
What?
I know it's in our freezer. That's weird.
What?
We have like 4 whole chickens.
oh, I thought you were gonna say like dead rats or something.
Definitely not that. But like 4 frozen whole chickens that
Yeah,
probably need to be thrown away
Is
because
it for you or the
No.
dogs?
that's a good question. We bought
You
like
would think the dogs.
we've had it way too long. It's not good anymore.
It's
If-
gone. We chopped it.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
does frozen
Recently.
chicken go off?
Well, you see, we got it like in 2020. 21.
Yeah.
It's been in the freezer since then.
Yeah.
We got like a huge
Are you like a
shit-
hoarder? Is that what it is?
That is Taylor. But no, we got like this big shipment of meat during COVID because I don't know. Our friend was
We didn't buy the whole chickens, just to be clear.
our friend. Our
I
friend
didn't
has a
want them.
restaurant, and
They have like, all this amazing stuff. And he was like, can I send you some, treats? And I was like, sure. And I open it up and it's just whole chickens.
Was it seasoned?
No.
it's just like what is it called? Like air sealed.
Oh, like
Frozen-
vacuum pack.
But like a whole chicken.
And it was too much of the chicken. We don't need to get into this.
No,
but-
and I'm a vegetarian, so this isn't great.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. So olives. I always need to have green olives.
Oh, what are they called? The Nicella?
Oh,
The
I don't
green
know.
ones,
I don't know. What they're
right?
called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are. See, I also can't pronounce it. It's like Castre something.
Mhm.
But I need to try your olives.
Yeah, I'm going to try yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
Oh, and pickles.
Oh,
I always
we
have
call them
pickles.
gherkins.
Gherkins.
Yeah,
gherkins.
gherkins.
Oh my gosh, that was my favorite thing while we were over there.
Yeah.
Was hearing what like the differences
Yeah.
of things,
Yeah.
or even just like the accent difference.
There's that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pecan,
Oh, pecan.
and then like
Pecan.
filet,
Like the nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pecan nuts.
Pecans.
Yeah.
Wow.
and then filet,
we say fillet.
fillet.
Oh, well.
So some
yeah, no,
people
it's-
say filet.
like if
like a-
if it's like a McDonald's fillet of fish, then yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's good to know.
Or like a filet mignon, you know?
Oh, you would say that,
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a camera over here.
right? Because every place we went to, I was like, I'll take the filet mignon. And they'd be like, oh, you want the fillet? I'm like,
I almost started saying
Ah.
fillet because everyone said it, and I was like, "Is this disrespectful for me to be saying it?"
yeah, I
this
thought they
way?
were going to kick us out of the restaurant.
Oh
'cause we could.
no! Well, we was in Starbucks yesterday, and I went, "Oh, can I have a sachet of honey? Sachet of honey?" And he was like, "You what?" And I was like, "A sachet of honey." And he didn't understand what I was trying to say. He thought
I
was
don't
ref-
understand what
He
you're
thought I was
trying to
referring to like a gay term, like whether you sachet away. And I was like, "No, I need like a packet of honey." And he was like, "Oh, a packet, yeah,
I like that.
Ooh,
Yeah, sachet.
That sounds better than packet.
Yeah.
yeah, right."
I'm going to
So
start
much
using that
fancier.
one.
See, us Brits are fancy.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You are with
Mm.
your high teas and
Starbucks may just not be the right place for a. I think Starbucks has packets, like
Yeah.
some local,
like a mom and pa shop.
yeah, may
Yeah.
have sachets.
Yeah.
Yeah, sachet away.
You have to start saying that. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's dive in and go back to the show since I'm such a big fan. I know you modeled before going on the show and had a little bit of a following, but how was your experience going on the show and then coming off of it and all of a sudden, being overloaded with millions of followers, and how does that affect your life?
So it's funny you say I had a little bit of following, but I honestly had about 4,000-5,000 followers going on the
Okay.
show. So me going on the show,
Wow.
it was literally just for fun. Like it was at the peak of COVID, so there was nothing going on at home. And so when they came to me and asked me to apply, I was like, well, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So then when I kept getting through different sort of interviews and things like that, and when like shit started getting real, I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm actually going on. So yeah, going on, it really didn't seem real to me until so what did we do? We had to isolate. We had to isolate for 2 weeks
Oh.
before going into the actual villa because of COVID.
Right.
So even in that 2-week period, it was just me and my chaperone. And I was just like laying out in the sun all day, every day, like living the dream. Like I didn't have my phone. They did take your phone off you.
Wow.
But even at that point, I was like, even if I just go home now, I'd still love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, going into the
funny.
actual villa was just, yeah, like I say, a bit of fun.
And you're told at that point you're going on what show?
A show called, Parties in Paradise. That's what we were told we were going on. Because there was already a season of Talk to Handle and they didn't
Right.
want to like give it
Yeah.
away.
Yes.
I always wonder that because like, how do you? I feel like as the seasons keep going, it's going to be really hard. Like, did
That's
the
what I mean.
people recently know? Like,
Well, everyone I speak to on the new seasons, they do say like, yeah, we knew. Because I feel like it is so hard to cover that up
Yeah.
now.
At
Like,
this
yeah.
point.
that's why I don't know how they keep releasing all new seasons. I know they filmed like season 5, 6, and 7 already.
Wow.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, you'd be glad to know.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is really good to know.
I need those release dates.
Yeah, I guess your season was probably like the last where it probably came as a complete shock to you all.
And it really was. So we had a fake host for the first few days. You know, we were allowed to hook up with whoever we wanted, do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
So we genuinely just thought, oh, this is a brand new show. Until, you know, the night me and Cam were gonna seal the deal.
Seal the deal.
That's when Lana pops up and ruins it all. So, but yeah, I just took every day as it came. Like, it really just was an experience for me. And I know it sounds cliche, but you really do forget the cameras are on you. Like,
Wow.
because there's so many like CCTV cameras in the house, and that's all it really is until, you know, you get like a big camera on you, and that's when, you know you're being filmed. But normal day to day, you just go about your day and like,
So there's not, you know, men with huge steady cams in front of your face the whole time.
Not the whole time, no.
Okay.
No, yeah. No, that's really only a small part of it, which is the
Okay.
bits they show mainly. Because, like you say, there's like 24 hours in a day, and the whole thing was 10 hours when it came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
So you think they couldn't
Yeah.
have filmed everything.
Yeah.
So it was
Jeez.
just it was a good time.
Oh my gosh. That's
How long ago was that now?
That was December 2020, 21, 21, 20.
20 going into 21.
I think so. God, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been with Cam 2.5 years now.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah.
I mean, I guess that goes into our next question is, I was going to ask how long you guys have been together, but what, like, compared to previous relationships, what has this adjustment been like dating someone now in the public eye and
Both
having a
of
very,
you,
both of you being very public figures now?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, but it's never been negative. Let me start there. It's never been negative. It's just, I actually feel quite lucky to have gone through it with him,
Yeah.
because I feel like, I don't know, I just can't imagine doing this without him. And, you know, we both sort of came from small towns and no one really knew us. So to come off a show like that, it's just, it was crazy. Like the reception we got, like even now people like go crazy when they see us together.
Yeah.
So it's really, really sweet. But the funny period was when the show had been filmed, it was like a 6-month gap to when it got released, and Netflix had told us we weren't allowed to be seen with each other.
Oh.
So that was fun, sneaking around for those 6 months, I must admit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do they like help you sneak around? Because I know like,
They
I
should
know
help
like
us
The
with anything.
Bachelor, we have friends that have been on The Bachelor and they like,
Okay.
what do they call them?
They have like the getaway.
happy, they call them happy couple trips, weekends, where they'll fly them to like New Mexico, like both.
And rent a
I was on
house.
the wrong bloody show. Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know. You've got a lot of followers compared to how the show's going right now. So, but I know that they'll do that. So
That
there
does
wasn't.
seem helpful.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that at all.
So you just had to sneak around.
Well, he's from Wales, so he moved to my
Okay.
mum's house with me, and we were just living our own little lives at my mum's house. It was great. It was actually really, really nice. Like, I
Aw.
actually miss those times.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
going to you don't know what Waitrose is, do you? Do you know Waitrose?
Oh.
No,
Oh.
like
Wait.
a supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd like have like Waitrose, do like normal things for anyone knowing. I could just go looking like a homeless person. It was great, but you
Yeah.
can't really do that anymore.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I do. I've just like accepted it that it's just.
It's just part of who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a comfort. I'm rarely
Yeah.
like in jeans.
And you're married now. I'm basically married. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. Is that like in the cards? potentially?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because he's younger than me. He's not in a
Oh.
rush. Yeah, I'm a cougar.
How old is he?
He's 26,
Holy crap.
and I've just turned 29.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I do want to like really soon, but
Yeah.
he's just not interested right now.
Wow,
which
I
is-
didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I feel like that's how you were, even though you're 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
Like, I was more like, okay,
Yeah, I'm
let's go. We've been
ready.
together a bit.
I know.
But I mean, it's probably like,
I proposed after 4 years.
And was that off your own back, or like were you really like sort of pressuring?
I had like pressured a little prior.
I just need
was
advice,
like,
that's all.
I was
Yeah.
like, not pressuring. I was just like, hey, like maybe we should look at ratings.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've never looked
There was
But-
gentle pressure,
Yeah.
gentle.
but
But it wasn't like an ultimatum kind of thing.
No.
Because I've had a friend that's done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean,
Definitely not.
I've also like in my previous relationships, I've always like, I mean, my entire life, I've always just like wanted to be like a wife and a mom. I'm an only child, and that's just like how I've always wanted to be a mom and have a family. And it's funny because when Taylor and I started dating, I was like, oh, like I can wait to be married. And then we ended up dating for so much longer than I ever like thought I would. But I didn't like, obviously I wanted it, but you know, I was like, I'm really like happy.
Yeah,
So it's just like
aw.
very content.
Yeah.
And now that's how I feel with like having kids. I'm like, I can wait, which I literally was like, I want 7 of them. Now I don't.
Well,
want
you already
7.
have 2, so.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone. They're
Yeah.
like, so kids? I'm like, we have 2.
And the
pups
puppy
that-
is honestly a child. She
she requires a lot.
She requires a lot of attention. But I feel like you and Cam's ability to like stay together throughout all this, because like there's not that many people that stay together like
yeah.
after these shows. So I feel like that is such a huge testament to you guys as individuals, but also just like as a couple. I think that's just like so cool.
Yeah, I agree actually. Like, I've not really ever been a relationship kind of girl my whole life, but in that villa, as soon as I saw him, I was like, wow.
Wow.
And he thought the same. So it was literally, I know it sounds so cringe, but it was love at first sight.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Yeah.
that's so sick.
I was talking to a friend like probably yesterday about having you on, and we were just talking about that, like the fact that you guys are still together from that show, you know, 2.5 years out is just like unbelievable. And I'm literally just repeating exactly what you said right now.
Well, no, it was the conversation
I
that we
like
had.
hearing it. It's fine.
It was. I think we had talked about it, or maybe it was a while ago when I was like, "Hey, babe, I want to have Emily on," and I was like, "She's still with Cam," and he was like, "What? They're still together?" I was like, "Yeah." We
Yeah.
were like,
People are actually so shocked. They maybe people that just don't follow us, but yeah, I still get comments regularly like, "Oh my god, you two are still together."
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
just like how uncommon it
Right,
is
yeah.
for people to, because I mean,
It's hard enough.
who is anyone else like? I mean, Kayla and Seb are still.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but I mean, I don't know the full story, but I'm pretty sure they weren't together for a long period of time after the
Okay.
show came out. But they have recently just
Okay.
sort of rekindled.
Is there anyone from the show that's still
no,
together?
No,
Yeah.
just us.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys should host the show.
Wow. I mean,
yeah.
maybe TBC.
Yeah.
Oh my
They're
manager's
literally-
eyes are like.
Yeah, we have
Send
a
them the clip.
Yeah.
They're literally like the Trista and Ryan.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah.
They were the original Trista was the first bachelorette.
Okay.
And they're still together, and
And
it's
how
been
long
like
ago?
17 years.
Okay, so we've got competition.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
together for a while, but they're like, you know, the bachelor royalty. I think you guys
Have they
are.
had kids?
Yeah, I think they have a full. It's been like 17 years.
This is when I said he loves reality TV. This is what I'm talking about.
this
He's
is
literally
crazy.
watched the bat. I don't know. He's a diehard.
Yeah, I have a
I
problem.
love that for you.
Thank you.
He loves love.
It's time consuming.
It's a full-time job.
Oh my gosh.
Cam, toxic ticking. Let's go.
It's actually so funny. So everything we post, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, the comments are just flooded with, right, Cam, when are you going to propose? When are you going to propose? It actually annoys Cam to the
Yeah, I bet.
But I think it's quite amusing.
Yeah.
It's
I'm here
fun.
for it. I'm like there liking all the comments. Like, yeah.
Has there been something that you could maybe point out that's been like maybe the biggest struggle with having a relationship, like public, like it is?
There was one point in our relationship about last year. There was a lot of speculation around our relationship in the media and in the press. So that was probably the hardest time. But we did have a little bit of time apart. That was literally like a month.
Yeah.
So that was probably the hardest time. But,
Yeah.
you know, we worked through it and we actually came back stronger
Yeah.
than ever.
That's great.
But yeah, that's probably the only thing. But other than that, like I said, everyone's so supportive of us. Even at that time, all our fans were just like, no, like, you guys have got to figure it out. Like, if there's no Cam and people call us Camily. There's no Camily. I don't believe in love. Like, all this.
Aw. That's awesome, though.
Yeah. So
They're
no,
so
everyone's always
supportive.
been like as I think you guys say it, shipping us.
Oh,
Shipping.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't say it. I'm not that trendy.
But I do ship you guys,
Yeah.
just to be clear.
Yeah, we do ship.
Big shipper over here.
Big shipper. So I want to bring up something that happened in your life that you have recently shared, something that you went through that was very personal and haven't spoken about yet. We obviously have talked about it. If you wouldn't mind sharing your experience and kind of what the past few months have been for you.
Yeah, of course. As you rightly said, it's like the first time I've ever spoken about it, so it's really weird for me. But yeah, last year, I got pregnant and found out when I was about like 6 weeks. Obviously, as soon as I found out, I told Cam. So yeah, shortly after, both agreed, and I hadn't even told my mum at this point. I like kind of read something somewhere where you should wait for like 12 weeks until you should say something.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's about 9 weeks at this point. Everything was going fine. Well, it was going fine. And I started getting like pains in my stomach, like not so bad. I just would like pop a load of painkillers every day for like a few days. And it got to the point where I was like, this can't be right. But I'm one of these people where I just like brush things under the carpet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm fine, I'm fine,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like, especially like my job, I always tell people I'm fine.
Yeah, that's her too.
Yeah. And then it got to one day where I actually called my manager and, well, actually, no, sorry, just before that, we went to the shops just to pick up some groceries, and I collapsed in the shop, like
Oh, wow.
literally to the ground. And we was with my my friend at the time, me and Cam with my friend at the time, and he had no idea I was pregnant. So when he was like, what the hell's going on? Are you okay?
Oh, wow.
I was like, no, not really. I was like, I'm pregnant. And he thought I was joking.
Oh, wow.
And I don't even Cam at this point didn't realise the seriousness of it. I mean, I definitely didn't realise the seriousness of it. I just thought it was just, you know, a freak accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I tried getting up, couldn't walk. So Cam and Joe had to take it in turns carry me back to my flat. And at that point, I called you, my manager, and she was the one that said, you need to call an ambulance, like right away. And I was like, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And so eventually I did. I called the ambulance, and right away they came and picked me up. They said I was having something called an ectopic pregnancy, and I had no idea. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
No idea what it was. In hospital, it took about, I don't know if you've ever seen a show called 24 Hours in A&E. Have you ever seen a show?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally 24 hours in A&E. Like, it was so busy. I wasn't getting seen. The pains were like, you know, still progressively getting worse. And then I think it was like 2.5 days later of me being in the A&E, someone finally saw me.
2.5 days?
Yeah. Me and Cam both slept at the hospital. We got given like a little chair to share, like sleep on this chair.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to the NHS.
Oh.
And then Hannah came to see me as well. So yeah, it was quite a tough time. Like, and I kept saying like, hello, like I need someone to take me seriously. Like, this is really bad. Anyway, finally got my scan. And as soon as the scan results came through, that's when people were like, shit. They were like, we need to get you operated on now. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what's happening? And they said, yeah, you've got ectopic pregnancy. And basically, the baby was growing in my fallopian tube. And they were like, if we leave this any longer, you are going to die.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, and that's when it started like
Oh my gosh.
really hitting me. And so, yeah, within 6 hours, I was being rushed into surgery. It was so traumatic. I actually get a bit emotional talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're good. Take all the time you need.
yeah.
All good.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's just one of the things you just never think will happen to you.
Yeah.
And it was still at this point, I hadn't even told my mum because it was just all happening so fast. And then, just to rewind, before I went in surgery, I was like, oh my God, I need to call my mum. So I called her. She was like freaking out, which made me freak out even more. I've got Cam who's freaking out. And it was just like, oh my God. But anyway, yeah, I just remember being pushed away from Cam Cam was crying his eyes out. He was like, I'm going to be right here waiting for you. He asked me all my favourite things he wanted to have waiting for me when I got back. And I gave him a whole list of things I wanted. And yeah, the next thing you know, I've woken up. And as soon as I woke up, I had a massive panic attack. Because Cam was now still in like the operating theatre kind of bit. Like the whole operation had been done, but I was still, I don't know if it's like a holding area kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just had a massive panic attacks. Then doctors had to come over and like give me morphine after more, like kept having to give me it because the pain was just so bad. So I think I was down there for about another hour, and I just kept telling the doctors, I just need to see Cam. I just really, really want to go see Cam.
Yeah.
So they finally took me back upstairs, and then Cam was waiting for me, and it kind of felt like everything was going okay as soon as I saw him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got discharged so soon after that. Like I'm talking about 6 hours after. I had a little rest, and they discharged me, and they didn't give me any aftercare, nothing. I was like, this is crazy. But got home, and me being me, I wanted to look at my stitches. And one of them was like completely open. Like I could see my insides. And I was like, brilliant. So I called them back and I was like, my stitches are open, blah, blah, blah. Shocker, I had to wait about another 12 hours to be seen for them to stitch me back up. So I was like, just get me out of this place. Like I want it to be done with now. But yeah, that was the experience.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, first of all, I'm so sorry that you've had to go through that. I think what you said is so true, is you just never think that that's going to happen to you. We recently have 2 friends that both miscarried, and it, like, you just don't think it's gonna happen.
It's nothing you prepare for.
Yeah.
And there's no way to prepare for it.
Exactly.
And then afterwards, there's no handbook on how to go about life and, you know.
Exactly. And like, so they told me I can still get pregnant, but I obviously only have one fallopian tube now. Yeah. And they actually told me after the surgery they were this close to having to move my ovary as well. And thank God they didn't.
Wow.
So yeah, I still can get pregnant. It's just I'm very at high risk. And I just have to go for early pregnancy scans like quite frequently. But ectopic pregnancy is such a crazy thing. It only affects 1 in 100 people.
Okay.
Which I mean, I am glad about. But yeah, it was just such a crazy experience.
You hadn't gone to the doctor at all prior to that? Or
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I don't even know when the first time you're supposed to go.
I know neither. Like you said, Taylor, nobody gives you a handbook. Like you just don't know.
Yeah.
I started researching about it after I found out we were going to be talking to you, and the biggest thing that I read about it is the danger that it can cause the mother. Like I'm so glad that you got in there, early enough, and they were able to,
Exactly. And that's the most scary thing. Like I was days away from dying. That was their words. Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine like having to process like one, like losing, your baby, but then 2, like almost like you.
Yeah, I know.
Just like.
But then it goes back to it's like, oh, what did I do to deserve this? Like it starts playing like mentally on you. But it's just one of those freak things, I think. You know, it's nothing I could have done.
Yeah. How has this time since, like, how were the first few like days, weeks for you? Kind of after that and like processing,
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. I'm not very good at processing. I'm very much just try and forget about it.
Yeah.
I think that's just the way I've been, like the way I've grown up. Like it's my family. That's kind of what I've been taught. So it's not often I've sat down and actually really like deeped it, which is why I think I got emotional because I haven't really spoken about it.
Yeah.
Obviously Cam was there with me, so that's fine, and you were as well. But other than that, I don't really speak about it. So yeah, I'm not very good at processing things. I don't like talking about myself or feelings too much. Like it's kind of like a scary thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Cam more talkative, or are you
Oh,
both?
yeah. So Cam actually, he suffers with mental health.
Okay.
So being with him has been such an eye opener. Like, I didn't even really know anything about depression. I knew it was a thing, but I just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So for him, it actually really affected him. I think sometimes more than it affected me, because he's so in touch with his emotions.
Yeah.
He like wants to talk about things all the time, whereas I'm the complete opposite. But yeah, it really did affect him as well.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask about that, because I can't imagine, how I would feel going through that. If, Tay was going through that, I would be an absolute disaster mess.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was also, a traumatic experience for him. I wanted to know if you had any advice for somebody that knows anyone that is going through something like this, and
Or even people that, we have our friends that have had miscarriages, have lost a baby.
Yeah. Was there anything that, he did for you, or just, your lovely friends that you have, like, what advice would you have to somebody?
I mean, it's a difficult question to answer because everyone's different. But I mean, I guess patience is probably the best thing. Cam's so patient with me. Just, if I needed to be alone, or, if I was needy and needed him to be with me all the time, or he was just there for me. So I think just being there for that someone is very important. And yeah, just being able to listen as well.
Yeah.
Like, because some days I'd be angry, some days I'd be sad, some days I'd be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess just patience.
Yeah.
Is the main one.
That makes sense. Yeah. When I'm going through something, just knowing that she's there. Whether I'm angry, like devastated, just whatever mood I'm currently going through, just knowing that somebody that I care about is there to listen. And
exactly, that's all you sometimes need, is just someone to listen. Like, not necessarily even say them back.
Yeah,
just nice to have someone to listen. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Thanks for listening.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. To anyone that is listening that, has had a similar situation, know that we love you. And it's definitely hard, like what you said, like, why do these things happen, and something that I've been told a lot through my life that I feel like has gotten me and just has kind of pushed me through things is like, God only gives us what we can handle. And obviously, like, I could never imagine going through that. But like, the strength that I see in you sitting here is just like astonishing. And, the people that you are going to touch from sharing your experience, your advice, the type of mom you're going to be one day, like, I think that has, that got me emotional as I was speaking. I think that, there's always a reason why things happen. I don't think there's coincidence. I think, that happened for a reason. And I think you and Cam as individuals and as a couple are going to come out so much stronger from it.
Thank you so much. That's really, really sweet.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, lighter subject to wrap this thing up.
If you're still listening, it gets lighter. We have our little Lemon 11 segment that we like to close our episodes with. Just fun 11 questions that we love, and we'd love to know about you.
Okay.
You want to start us off?
I'm excited.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Number 1. What movie or song title best describes your mental health today?
Do you know what?
What?
I would say, a bit egotistical, but I would say Pretty Woman.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Do you know what? Just because since being in LA, every single day, people have come up to us three to tell us how pretty we are.
Wow.
Ooh.
Haven't they? Yeah, and I think it's really lovely because back home you don't get that.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
So it
I love
makes you
that.
feel good.
I
I mean,
think
look
that-
at you guys. You guys are all I opened the door and I was like, oh, wow.
Oh,
right?
I should have had the song playing when you
Yeah.
guys came in.
I think that means that you need to come and visit more.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. No,
Yeah.
definitely.
Sealed the deal. Number 2 is how open are you with people in your life when struggling?
I'm not very good at that.
I was gonna guess
Yeah, not very good at all. I am just, as soon as someone asks me how I am, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. How are you? Yeah.
Deflect.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a good deflector.
Yeah.
I just like to deal with things internally.
Yeah.
I just don't like, I feel like I'm boring people when I offload. I'm not an offloader. Like, I just don't do it. It's just not in my nature.
Yeah.
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 So are you a good listener then?
Yeah. I
Okay.
am a very good listener.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people where I always wish I listened to my own advice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Love that.
I feel that.
I feel like that's a bit of my style too.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. What is your favorite part of your morning or night routine?
So morning routine is definitely cuddling my dog for a whole hour in bed
Important.
before I get up and do anything.
Oh my gosh.
And my nighttime routine, well, my bathroom looks like, well, you guys call it CVS, don't you? My bathroom looks
Yeah.
like CVS.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So my favorite time of that is, doing my face and skincare and all my LED lights and lotions and potions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
LED lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
two can bond over that.
Yeah.
Oh, like what are your LED lights?
Well, I have a whole mask which
Okay.
covers the entire face. You can
Yes.
just either lay there, or I've just bought a new one
Oh.
where it's like a wand
Uh-huh.
and it like shocks your face
Uh-huh.
all
Oh,
over.
it's the what is it called? A microcurrent? No.
Yes. Yeah, it's like
Is it that?
it's electric
Oh,
current.
yeah. Those are great. I need to find mine.
I don't know if it's good for you,
Um,
but I do it anyway.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't turn the voltage up too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a wimp with it. I'll like put like a piece of like cotton
Oh,
or
yeah,
like
you separate it.
I'll like put something down like over my skin to protect it
Oh,
because
really?
like
Our facialist does that too.
Yeah.
She uses it on us and she puts like a tissue or something on our face and then zaps it through the tissue.
Maybe I should start doing that. You get facials?
oh yes.
I really love a facial.
I can tell.
He has such nice skin.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's
that.
great.
Yeah, I do. It's kind of a newer thing. Like I started getting facials, I'd say a few years ago.
It's working wonders for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
There's
He's a
not a
big-
single like line or anything.
People ask me if he gets Botox, and I'm like, no, he just has a creaseless forehead that literally like looks like a baby's butt. It's not fair.
Oh, I
It's all
appreciate
that
it.
reality TV.
Yeah, that's what does
Keeps
it.
you young.
I know. I'm yeah. I'll take it.
Okay, number 4 is how has your career impacted your well-being?
Honestly, like for the better. Like
That's awesome.
most definitely. I wasn't really into the whole working thing before this. Like I could never really hold down a job for more than, I'd say, 2 months. So this was really a blessing for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
What's the worst job you ever had?
Worst job
I
I've
have-
ever had. I was working for this real, as you guys say, douchebag.
Uh-huh.
He owned
What do
a-
you
What do you
say?
say?
wanker.
Okay, a
I
real
like
wanker.
that.
Yep.
He owned a little like MOT garage, and I obviously lied on my CV to get this job, but I just to be like an office manager, like, because I just thought, oh, it's a little company, it'd be a walk in the park, it'd be fine. And so I just do like my general daily online shopping, and little did I know, he had a camera behind me the whole time, was watching what I was doing.
Stop.
I know, talk about invasion of privacy.
Oh my.
So
Just watching you like scroll, revolve, or whatever.
and then he'd obviously play it back because he'd come down the stairs and obviously I'd click off and he'd just watch it back to me, like clicking off
What
everything.
a creep.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he play it for you?
No, but he didn't ever show me, but
Oh.
he eventually told me. He literally sat me down. He was like, what he did, he printed off all my like history.
Oh.
He printed it?
He printed it and laid it in front of me.
Oh,
I know.
he is a wanker.
Thank you. I'm a stalker.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I need to meet this guy.
You don't want to.
Well, I'm glad that you got out of that.
Thank you.
And you are crushing it without the wanker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's such a hard R, right?
Wanker.
Yeah,
It
you're
sounds so much better when she says it versus
it sounds
when you.
almost pretty when you say it. It's
Yeah.
like wanka. And I'm like, wanker. It's disgusting. Okay.
Lord above.
We'll leave that to you. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Moving on. Number 5.
Mhm.
What would you say is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Well, I don't know if it's really misunderstood, but no one knows I'm half Indian.
Okay.
Everyone just thinks I'm British. Do they think I'm British? I don't know what they think.
I mean, yeah.
Well, people just either assume I'm British or just assume that I have something in me, but no one actually knows I'm half Indian. Actually, when I first came off the show, I was accused of blackfishing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because people, like I said, assumed that I was white, and when
You were really tan.
so because I was in the Caribbean for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and because the Indian in me, that's what happens. I literally
Yeah.
just have to look at the sun, and I'm tanned.
Yeah.
So yeah, people were just like, because they'd get up a picture of me when I like pasty in the winter, and they put it next to me coming off the show,
Yeah.
and like, this girl's blackfishing, and then I literally was like, actually, I'm just half Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's your heritage?
I need to do a frickin' 23andMe because I have been told that I'm French, Dutch, and German, which maybe it's all true, but
Huh.
I just don't know. I can go in the sun for 5 minutes and get a tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really have a range of color.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that.
Interesting. Yeah, you
I know.
definitely need to do a DNA
There's
test.
got to be. There's something in there that I'm not
Yeah.
aware of.
That you're
You look like Hawaiian.
Okay. Yeah, I've gotten Hawaiian
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
I feel like you've gotten everything.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, and I say it, and they're like, "That's it."
I can see you like in a hula skirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With your coconuts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
My coconuts.
Mm.
I wouldn't be mad about it. Bring on the coconuts. Number 6 is, what is the greatest advice you have ever received?
The greatest advice. This actually came from a guy I used to date.
Oh,
I'm not sure
wow.
if he was like talking about us or just in life. He said, what if it could be better than you ever could imagine?
Hmm.
And that really stuck with me. He probably was talking about me and him, but I just didn't listen to that. And I just applied it to my everyday life.
Yeah.
I thought it
Wow.
kind of hit deep.
Wow.
I love that you got that out of that relationship.
Yeah, that was one thing I got.
Yeah.
From it, yeah.
There's one positive.
I like that. Have I said anything to you that deep? Because that's really good.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head.
All right. Number
TBC.
7. Moving on. What does wellness mean to you?
I've just recently started CrossFit,
Oh,
which I don't do fitness.
okay.
And especially, well, I was into yoga, but then after the whole pregnancy thing, I kind of just really was just like, just fell off it. I was like, don't care about
Yeah.
anything. But I recently just started getting CrossFit and I really am enjoying it. And it's the one thing I look forward to, not just the one thing, but
Yeah.
it makes me get up in the morning now.
Yeah.
Whereas before I would just lay in bed with my dog.
Right.
But now that I really am passionate about.
Nice.
And I feel like, I mean, you may not be able to tell, but I feel like I feel fitter.
Yeah.
So that's been a really big change for me because I'm quite lazy. So yeah, that's been a real positive change recently.
What do you
I love
think
that.
you like about it? I've never done like a proper CrossFit class.
Right. Maybe you should try because
Yeah.
it's hard to explain, but I feel like it's because someone's shouting at me and telling me what to do.
Okay.
I kind of like that
Yeah.
because otherwise, when I've ever gone into a gym, if I'm left my own device, like it does
Yeah.
not go well. Like
Yeah.
I will literally just be on my phone, like,
Yeah.
and then see ya. But then it's also the fact how you're with so many people and you don't want to let them down because you do things in team.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's like a good team exercise. And,
Yeah.
you know, they're all cheering you on, like, come on, Emily. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck's sake, okay. So it's a kick up the arse I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do need a bit of that because I'm the same way. We have like a gym at the house, but it's when it's just sitting there and I'm just going to go into it alone and there's no like extra motivation. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. I could be sitting watching Taught to Handle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me.
Number 8 is, what is your relationship with social media and do you think it affects your well-being?
Personally, and this may be controversial, but I love social media.
There we go.
I
Great.
do. I don't have many hobbies, but social media is definitely one of them.
Love it.
It's true. Like I could spend hours happily just scrolling on TikTok, and it makes me feel good. My whole feed is just full of animals and dogs, and
Yeah.
what's not to love?
That's great. Yeah, that's
think
something we
that's
talk
the
about
trick,
a lot
yeah.
is, making sure there's stuff on your feed that, is good.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
well, that's the thing.
Positive stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, and that's all my feed is. So yeah, I'm having a great time. Really. Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Okay, number 9. What is your favorite form of self-care? And it can be something that you've already said, if that applies.
No, I wouldn't say CrossFit.
Okay.
That's not my favorite.
LED face masks.
Yeah, that is pretty up there. Oh, can I say my dog?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe that's what I said.
Yeah, like honestly, he is the one thing in this whole world that just makes me feel like everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like he is, like being in LA and not being with him has literally killed my soul. He is just, the one thing that makes me happy. I just have to look at him and just
No.
everything's gonna be okay. I'm having a really shitty day. Just give him a big squeeze, and
Yeah.
even if he doesn't want the cuddle, I don't care. He's
No,
getting a cuddle.
He's getting
Yeah.
He's getting it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's Taylor.
it. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
with both of our dogs
I
snuggling them all day.
That's
Force
it.
them to.
Yeah, like, and the smelly breath in my face. I don't care. Give it to me.
What is his name?
Twix.
Twix.
Yeah, I didn't call him that. He was already called that from the
Okay.
rescue centre. But
Okay.
I was going to rename him to Dyson because he's literally eats everything like a Hoover. But then, yeah, that's actually my mum's idea. But
That's a good one.
yeah,
That's so funny.
but he wasn't really responding to to Dyson. So
Okay.
Twix, we just kept his Twix. But
Dyson
now, but
could
now
be
he's deaf, so it doesn't matter what I call him.
Okay. Got it. I was going to say you could just, he's 17.
Yeah.
At 17, you could give him a middle name and it could be Twix Dyson. But
That's actually a really good idea. Well, actually, I tell you what, just because I'm on the subject and you brought it up, Cam has officially changed his name to Tony. So that's his name now. Because he's an old man, he feels like it suits him more.
so
His name's
do you
Tony.
both call him Tony now?
We both call him Tony.
You went from calling him Twix to now you call him
yeah,
Tony.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
I know. It's great.
That
It's
is-
great. And he really can't even hear it. So it's
Yeah, he
fine.
doesn't know the
Yeah.
difference.
Well,
He
his
doesn't.
whole, really random, but his whole name's now Tony Snow.
Okay.
Oh.
Tony Snow. Like Jon Snow, but
Yes,
Tony Snow.
Tony Snow.
Yeah, because we love Game of Thrones, so it's Tony Snow.
Oh my gosh.
My.
We have our puppy. Her middle name is Virginia, so her full name is Remington, Virginia. So when she's in trouble, we literally call her Virginia, and she knows that that's also her name.
Yeah.
So she'll
They're so smart.
when she's in trouble, we say Virginia, and she listens.
Yeah, if
It's
she's not
so
listening to Remy or Rem, I bust out the Virginia and she's like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
That's what makes her listen.
That's good.
funny. Okay, number 10 is, who has had the most positive impact on your mental health?
Honestly, I would probably say my manager, Hannah.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly,
Aw.
when I first signed with her, I didn't really think too much of myself. I just thought, whatever. She really saw the potential in me, and she's kind of just listened to all my goals and ambitions, and she's been there for me through everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
If I ever need advice, she's the first person I go to. If I had a really shitty day, she always knows the right thing to say. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Don't get emotional.
to be honest, I'm not surprised you said that because in that moment, that difficult day that you had, other than, Cam already knowing, you said she was the person
Yeah.
that you called.
Yeah, she's literally like my best friend. She's not even
Yeah.
just my manager. She's my best friend.
Yeah, no, I can
Yeah.
feel that.
That's so special.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. Last but not least, number 11. If you could go back to one moment in your life, what moment would that be, and what would you say to yourself?
See, that's really difficult because I haven't had kids or marriage or anything so not happened to me. It's really difficult to think about. I mean, I guess it would be, lying on that surgery type bed,
Oh.
just not telling myself that everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that moment in time, I genuinely thought it wasn't going to be okay. And I think that's what was getting me so like worked up in the whole panic attack kind of thing.
Yeah.
So just to like go back to that and, just to be able to tell myself everything will be okay and you will be okay and you will get pregnant again and you will have that baby.
Yes, you will. Oh my gosh.
That's
So,
amazing. It's so true.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for squeezing in with us. And thank you for being so open and honest and sharing your story. I know, that was really eye-opening and just great for us to hear. And I think it's really going to impact a lot of people listening. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
And I would also like to say, just quickly before we wrap up, something that I really love about you is your outlook on life. Just in this short conversation, you find a way to put a positive spin on everything. And like, that's the type of people that I want to be around, that we want to be around. Your outlook just on everything is so positive and so pure. It's really cool to just listen to.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's special.
Oh, it's trying to get me emotional again. Thank you. No, you guys have been great. You're so down to earth and lovely. And I've really, really enjoyed this.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Woo!
Oh, I love that, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, that was such a good episode. Emily is just a doll. We love her. We love her team. We just had truly the best time with her.
Yeah.
Everything under the sun.
Ever on an episode gone from like belly laughing to crying as much as this one. It was a super fun conversation and obviously a very powerful one.
Very powerful, and I think it's definitely going to help a lot of people. So be sure to subscribe to The Squeeze. You guys watching on YouTube, we have our full episodes there. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram at The Squeeze. Throughout the rest of this week, the Lemons by Tay account is going to be posting some resources, some tips. If you yourself have gone through pregnancy loss, you know someone that has, and you're trying to figure out how to work through it with them. So go ahead and head to Lemons by Tay because we're going to kind of like walk through, different resources and things like that, as well as on The Squeeze's Instagram. But in the caption of our video, of our audio, you can go ahead and check out some resources down there as well. Let us know how you guys like this episode.
Yeah.
And our comments on YouTube. I think it's a powerful one, and I'm so honored that, Emily came.
Yeah, we love you, Emily, and we love anybody going through that difficult situation. Yeah. It happens too often. We have so many friends that have gone through that recently, and it's, I don't know if there's a positive way to spin it. It's a horrible situation, and I don't want to see anybody I love go through that.
Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next Wednesday for another episode that, shockingly, I am very excited about.
What was that?
I'm just excited about every episode, but I'm very excited about next week's episode because we have a guest, but we also have some special guests that join us during our interview.
What?
Taylor's like, what did we film?
What?
Anyways, see you guys next week.
Give me a clue.
Thanks for listening.
What is this?
They had their own headphones, remember?
Oh, okay. I got you.
See you guys next week.
All right. Toodles.
Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.